channel, back down at Bramley Moore, as you can see in the background. It's the day after the Arsenal game. Bit of a tough one, that one. You know, 1-1 draw. Good result, but they were there for the taking. Great to see the bench stacking up again. McNeil back in there. I thought we did really well. Like I say, should have come away with a better result there. Obviously, penalty. Controversial penalty, so everybody's saying it's actually quite nice for a controversial penalty to go our way rather than go the opposite way. I think, you know, now we're getting strength back up in the side. Our next game is Forest away. I think we should, you know, it's a tough game, but I'd be happy with a draw there. Goodison, we should be winning our games. Draw away, yeah, I'd be happy with a draw away. They're flying in the league, and, you know, great to see that, because it just shows a few changes to the team. You know, we could be up there ourselves next season. You know, it's a big ask, but we could do that. Anyway, let's get the drone up. I'm going to have a look to see if they've started doing anything to the pitch yet. We were told on social media that they would start by the end of the week doing something to the pitch, taking it up ready to lay the next pitch down. And I'm just going to have a look at the new player stones. When I came the other day, I couldn't get too close because obviously there's people working, so I'll have a little look with that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and hope you enjoy the video. Right, drone's up. First thing I want to have a little look at, so where the hotel is located, all this has been completely cleared now. Some of the barriers have come down, so they must be getting ready to start some work on this. I don't know when that's going to be started, but looks like everything's getting cleared and ready. So let's get over the stadium, see if any work started on the pitch. They did say towards the end of the week. I was here Thursday, Friday, might have been Friday, I think. Let's have a look, see if anything's going on. Nothing so far that I can see. Let's head up a bit further north, a bit in shadow there, so let's have a little look. So yeah, it doesn't look like anything has actually started there yet. Yeah, it did say earlier this week in the social media post that it would be the end of the week they were starting to take up how they were doing it. There's been a few, obviously, questions on the channel about what they are actually going to do. Now, according to the post, they're taking the grass up at root level. I don't know how they do that, but the plastic is going to stay down. Now, somebody said they might put poison down to it, but I can't see that, because if you're going to reseed it, you know, you don't want anything there that could cause the reseeding to actually be affected. So yeah, until we start to see it going, I have no clue what's going to happen and how they're going to do it, but we want to try and cover it while it's happening. That's why I've come down so quickly. I was at the stadium tour the other day, and I didn't know this. The Goodison Stadium tour. The actual pitch at Goodison is 30% plastic. I didn't know that they'd used any of that there. Obviously, not really done any drone videos around Goodison, so you know, I wouldn't be aware of seeing anything like that. And I don't think any of the other lads who do the drones have seen any plastic getting done by that Toffees'R'Us. Let's have a look at the little bit of scaffolding as we go along. Come a little bit forward. There's no one on site. I can get a little bit lower in. Come down and have a look. I can't see the drone. Just make sure. That's it. Come down and have a little look. Yeah, still got loads of scaffolding here, but nothing actually get covered. So I don't know if they're going to do any covering there, but as you can see, the covering on the side ends there. So whatever they're doing just looks like it's going to be the main posts that are there. Even though this post here looks like it's got a little bit of paint on or a little bit of blasting. Yeah. Let's have a look along the plaza. Let's get up a little bit. And we're going to go across Everton Way. As I didn't, the last time I was here, I couldn't see who the new legend stones were, so I want to see if I can get a little bit of a close look at them. I'm not going to try and get people's names on the stones because Colin of CPO View and Stephen from SS Skies, they're doing that, and their zoom on their drones is, you know, it's a little bit better than mine. Mine goes to 9 times, I think theirs is 25 times, so I'll leave that to them, you know. They're pretty good at that. So somebody said they're starting to extend Everton Way, taking up stones. Let's have a look here, zoom in a little bit more. So there is some stones there, let me get a little bit more zoomed in. So yeah, they have taken away some stones. Now, is that going to be more stones with people's names on, or are they just relaying again? No clue on that. Let's move along the stand. Somebody said I'll get a shot pretty far back in a second. Someone said they're a bit disappointed the Everton is not centred to the stand. To be honest, I've not really noticed while I've been filming it, so I'll have a little look at that in a bit. So there's Graham Sharp, Joe Royal, Dave Watson, Bob Latchford, T.G. Jones, Ted Sager. Who are these? I've seen Peter Reid, Gordon West, Andy Gray. Let's come out from the stand a little bit. Just look up a touch. So there is somewhere along here more of them. There we go. Can't quite see that one. Let's have a look. It's David Unsworth. Who's on the floor? Can't quite make it out on my small screen. They're going in, and obviously Prince Rupert Tower is going in. Now, when I seen some of the comments the other day on the extending Everton Way, I thought it would be, you know, they were going to do it along here a bit more. I forgot there was trees here. I didn't really look on the video after I'd seen the comments. No. Right, let's change zooms. Right, so I'll get a shot of Everton. Get a little bit higher up. They're saying it's not centred to the stand. It looks fairly centre-ish to me. I see no issue with it. Just a little bit past the post on the right hand side down there where the Prince Rupert Tower is, and let's have a look on the other side. Yeah, so it's a little bit less on that side, but yeah, it looks really good. Well, here, just let's have a look at the other scaffolding. Won't be a mega long video this today, not much changing at the moment, but like I said, I thought I'd just get here to see if the pitch work is changing, but possibly next week that's going to start now, unless what they're doing is so minute it's going to be hard to pick up on the drone. Let's get a little bit closer in. Yeah, so all this still here, so don't know whether that's more to go up. And as I said, on the northwest corner, whatever they're doing on these corners, surely has to be done in the northwest. So whether they're going to transport some of this over to the northwest, I don't know. Not much going on along here. So I think, like, obviously we've got 3 games left at Goodison now. Then I think, you know, it's going to be sad to leave, but great to come here. But we're going to start seeing over the next few months, you know, changes here. Don't know whether the plan's still the same to have any of the Everton sort of badges onto these walls. Certainly be all the flags coming on here, because a lot of the comments that we get on the channel is like, there's no branding on the stadium. It could be a generic stadium to anybody else, but all that is to come. Yeah, you know, there's still waiting for naming rights to happen. Now, the original plan was to have white in the seats, you know, Everton and things like that. I don't know whether that's changed or whether they are just actually waiting for naming rights in case the sponsor comes in and says we want our logos within the seats and stuff. So yeah, so we'll just wrap that there. Thanks for watching as always. Please like and subscribe, and it's always appreciated you watching.